Hello and welcome.
Hello and welcome
to it.
I was waiting a bit because we had an issue recently that the beginning of we were cut off by the jingle a bit. So I think we need to give it a bit more time. This automated system for our podcast hoster putting our jingle in front might have, cut off the hello or the first hello.
My interruption of your hello.
Maybe it's just reduced your interruption, so we're all good.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of listeners would like that.
Well. So how are you?
I'm good-ish. Got a little kind of cold / allergies or something, so you might hear my voice is much more soothing than usual.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So then,
rightio.
I'm back from India. So didn't buy a watch though.
No HMTs.
No, I didn't find one. I mean, these shops are not so easy to find anymore, and I didn't actually have so much time to look. I went to two watch shops. It was quite nice, but yeah, it's not Mumbai or Delhi or so where you get the nicest things, right? So it's a tier 2 city, so that means they don't have their Rolex boutique or anything. They don't have their super high-end watches. They're more entry-level luxury stuff. So Longines and Hamilton, Tissot, Rado, these kind of things you can get,
Yeah.
But the prices were similar to UAE, so there was no point of buying something.
They love their Rado over there, don't they?
Rado
especially
is
those
very,
gold
very popular.
Ones. Those gold PVD-coated weird-looking ones. What are they called?
Though I must say, so we had a big function, right? So there was about 120 people, 180 people. And of course, I looked at some of the wrists, right, of the people there.
The Diastar.
Yeah. So I looked at some of the wrists and I saw a couple of Rolexes, a couple of Omegas, a full gold Rolex. What was it? I think it was the Rolex, the big one, the Sea Dweller in full gold. I saw some interesting chunks of watches there from the guests of our function. And some was nice. There are a lot of Apple watches. And a lot of people were in no watch, right? As you know.
What did you wear in India?
I wore my Explorer. I took my Explorer to just be, in my honeymoon phase. And it was really nice. That worked well.
Yeah.
First time I needed to use the comfort extension because it was that 1 or 2 days was a bit hot and my wrist really swelled a bit and I was like, oh, I really need it now. But the rest of the days was all fine. Good weather, lovely, nice.
Yes. So since you bought yours, I've been wearing the bejesus out of mine as well for some reason. Haven't worn it in quite some time, and then I spent the last 2 weeks. I would say within 2 weeks, I wore it probably 9 times, and also using the comfort extension. Mornings, I always had it closed, and by the afternoons, I always had it open.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? I mean, it's so good that you have that. I mean,
I wish it had micro adjust though.
Yes, I also had my Ranger with me because I was still debating, I thought I switch back and forth. And of course, that with the micro adjust is just better, right? It's so much easier to have a proper micro adjust. I wish you could use it while you wear it. I mean, you can only tighten it while you wear it, but you cannot extend it, of course. It doesn't have an outside button. You have to take it off.
For what? No, you don't. No, I always loosen it. I cannot tighten it when I'm wearing it, but I can always loosen it.
No, the other way around. You can tighten it while you're wearing it.
Because when I don't have it on right now, but what I do is I push a little bit and pull, and it always goes to the max open while it's on my wrist. The other issue,
the T-Fit.
Yeah, the T-Fit, because I have the Pelagos, I have the Black Bay, both have T-Fit.
But this is different with the Ranger. I think there's a button, or was it?
No, there's no button for any of them. Even Rolex doesn't have a button. Rolex is a much more kind of.
No! I was confused. Sorry, I was confused.
You can open the Explorer. Yeah. No, sorry, the Explorer you can open, but you cannot close. But T-Fit you can, if you're good enough at it, you can even close it. But it's much easier because you can just pull on it and it'll open up to the maximum setting.
But I thought you can with the T-Fit you can just push it in from the back.
Nah, you could theoretically, but it becomes a little finicky while it's on your wrist. So generally, I won't take it off my wrist, but I will open the buckle to do that. But to open it or extend it, I don't have to open the buckle.
So what are you wearing today then?
So I'm wearing a watch that I have not worn very often, and I feel bad.
Oh, the big one.
Boom. And look at this. This is
this is a Casio
G-Shock GW 5000U, which is rubber, but with the solid stainless steel case back and the big boy movement.
Made in Japan, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. I don't mess around with this Malaysian nonsense. Thailand, Malaysia, China. No, not for me. It's Japan all the way.
Japan.
Yeah.
Yes. So I have seen the new steel versions in the Dubai boutique, Casio G-Shock boutique in the Dubai Mall. And I've seen the new metal squares with the MIP display, all 3 different versions. I kind of liked it. I think I need to get the steel version, so the silver one. So I have that back in my collection. But it's 3,100 dirhams and no discounts at the moment, right? So yeah,
So they went up in price. The old ones were 2,500, and then you always got like a 25% discount, and then you'd end up.
Yeah, so I think I wait. The other thing is, of course, I saw also the GWBX 5600, but not last time, but the time before that. Also very nice. So yeah, I have to see. But it's that these are constantly sold out in the G-Shock boutique, so they're quite popular, I guess.
Which one?
The GWBX 5600.
The new one.
Yeah.
The rubber.
Also with the MIP display, yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't have the stainless steel case back. It's not made in Japan.
Oh, it is, I think. It's made in Japan, I think, yeah.
No.
I think it is. Yeah.
BX 5600, whatever it's called. I don't think so.
Do you think they have factories?
The metal one is, but I don't think this one is. Here's the case back, and it is not a stainless steel case back, as I mentioned, and it says made in Thailand.
Oh, that's a disappointment.
I know. But once again, this is a 5600. It's not a 5000 level watch.
Yes,
and the 5000 level watches are the good ones. 5600 ones are generally like the entry level, cheapest of the cheap.
Yeah.
And the metal one, the one that you're looking at, is a 5000.
Yes, exactly. And it's, I mean, I looked at the resin one that you just mentioned, the BX 5600, and I thought it is lovely. I mean, just to get this display, and just to figure out if you like it, it's fantastic. And it's like $200, so 780 dirhams or so. It's nice. It's really nice. I think it's a wonderful watch. Then the 3,000 dirhams steel version, yeah, that is the only thing that I really don't like is that the black version the gold version has a negative display, and the steel version has a positive one, which is exactly the other way around.
Opposite.
No, it's a negative.
They reversed what they did.
Yes. The steel has a black dial.
Silver has black.
No, before silver had a normal one.
Yes, yeah.
Now it's black. Yes, exactly. They had reversed it.
Okay, I thought you were saying the other way around.
That's what I meant. Yeah. No.
Okay.
So now the silver is black, which I thought it would bother me more, but when I saw it, I thought, yeah, it's okay because of the high contrast. It's fine. I still wish it had the white one. I mean, the positive display.
Silver is already a white metal. You want a white dial with it.
Yeah.
And then the gold one just kind of looks weird with black. I think I just don't like the negative displays, period. Full stop.
But I must say, again, with these displays, it actually works. It works pretty well.
Yeah. I have no issues with contrast. Yeah. Now, if they were to do a black dial on the rubber, I think that would be super cool. All blacked out, because I think that's the only real value proposition for this is to have an all blacked out one.
But they have. I mean, there is.
What? With the MIP?
Yeah.
On the 50, no, there's only 5600. There's only one variant, right?
No. There's the full black version too. Yes, I can. That is called the 1A1DR. Alvifak Trading has one. In store.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool. Okay. Yeah.
So this is what when you say negative display, this is what I have in mind.
Yeah.
I think this is and it's more blacked out. They even blacked out the protection and G-Shock.
Yep.
And that looks cool. I like that. But on the metal ones, it just doesn't really do much for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the whole point of this was, once again, to have this military dark vibes. And if it's chrome or gold, it doesn't do much for it to have a black dial.
I think so too. It's just a bit weird. But anyhow, I think there's more to come. Of course, this display will probably be the new standard, I guess, for the nicer ones.
Yeah.
Let's see how long they will have until they change the entire lineup. But knowing Casio, they will probably sell the old ones for at least another 2 decades.
Yeah. So they're gonna have that as well. They'll have two tiers probably of Casio. All right, what are you wearing? Because we still haven't gotten.
Okay, I'm wearing the Norcane Independence 21 with the scratched blue dial, and it's the Kinesi movement. I like it. I love it. With the new strap, it's really cool that I got. It's fantastic.
The new bracelet, you mean?
The new bracelet, yes.
Yes.
That has a micro adjust with the button. You have to take it off and then use the button. But you can also tighten it when you wear it. So that's good. Yeah.
Nice.
Really, really nice bracelet. I enjoy it. And it's a fantastic watch. It's just like the perfect watch.
And meanwhile, you've sold the other Norcane. You've sold your...
No, it didn't sell it at auction. Yeah, it's sort of...
you're selling, I should say,
I'm in the process, because my wife didn't like it. Maybe if it doesn't sell, I take it back because I still like this watch. It's just, sometimes you think, I really need the money. And then you think, come on. You can also keep it. It's not the end of the world. So let's see what happens. If there's something happens in between that somebody wants to have it, then maybe sell it. But otherwise, I keep it and just wear it.
Yeah, it's interesting. I shouldn't say good. It's an interesting watch. This is the one
with
the Africa
black leopard prints on it, and also weird. This absolutely amazing strap, which is also made by BV. BV, the guys who make the rubber straps for Richard Mille and AP and all of these guys. Incredible! It feels like felt, and it has the panther paw prints on it, and it's not felt. It's made out of complete rubber. It's incredible. I think it's really. I mean, I like these little whimsical things, right? So, yes. What can I say? That's just
all this to pay for the Explorer, right?
Yes.
That was a good choice, I have to say. I mean,
I think
Explorer is the way forward.
I mean, my wife is still telling me like, I don't know why you bought it. It's so boring.
It's super boring, and that's the point.
But I think I look. It has a lacquer dial, and and it's the numbers on it, and
it's got numbers on it. Most watches do, yes.
And there's a crown, and there's a strap. But she's really like, nah. It's one of the most boring Rolexes you can buy.
It is, and I think that it is underappreciated for that reason. And this is why we as watch nerds appreciate it, is because it just does everything. It's not bling bling.
Yeah.
And, I think you look at how many watches have since then adopted this 369, right? This quarter Arabic motif. And there's so many of them that have copied this.
I think we also have said that before in one of our episodes where we said we do think that is one of the perfect one watch collections, right? I mean, if you just want one watch to do everything, this is it, right?
Mm-hmm. You could be with a suit, or you could be in a bathing suit.
Yeah.
And suit to suit.
I'm thinking of getting a rubber strap, of course, as always, right, for this one. But I'm not so sure which one. Zelander doesn't have, I think, a fitted one for the new version. Rubber B is very expensive. Then I think it is Zelander that only has a straight one. But I want a proper fitted one, right, that fits into the case. Don't want to have a... exactly.
Yes,
Zelander didn't have that. So maybe I have to go to this ominous company called Vaginari from China, which also
great names for these Chinese companies. Once again,
Vaginari or Vaginari. I don't know. This is still, absolutely safe for work podcast. This is the name of this watch company, but they are making really good straps also for AP and others, right? So in colors that AP doesn't offer them, and of course a bit cheaper, right? But with a quick exchange system, so I might have to buy something there. However, I missed the boat because today is the last day for them to ship anything, and then they go for 2 weeks into Chinese New Year.
Yes.
Until the 27th of February. And that sucks.
As we enter the year of the, what is
horse.
it? Horse?
It's the horse.
There's the horses.
And everybody has horse watches out, from Van Cleef & Arpels to IWC to everybody has horses.
Yeah.
Horses. Yeah, so who also has a new horse is Adrian Barker.
Yes.
He is
not quite a horse.
The segue is a bit weird. Yeah, well, let's say a new something new in the stable, and that is the Green 15. He did a collaboration with Christopher Ward that he supposedly worked with them to design this variant of the C60 Trident Lumiere for about 6 months or so. He said, right?
So first and foremost, he apparently said he approached Christopher Ward and said that he wants to make the ultimate dive watch, to which Christopher Ward said, we already make that. And that is the Lumiere, which is their titanium, kind of balls to the wall, gigantic loom plots, ceramic loom plots and all this stuff. Essentially a Pelagos, right? And so he said, no, but I want to make it more
better.
What's it called? Dive watch, more better. Turn it up to 11, I guess. So I've been looking at this watch and I'm like, okay, the no date thing is there for sure. It's got a no date, so I like that. But the question becomes, is it better than the standard watch? This is something that I always ask myself anytime you look at a limited edition. Doesn't matter who's collaborating with it, doesn't matter what they're doing. Are they adding value over the standard production model? So a lot of times the answer is no, right? So for instance, I look at the Hodinkee limited edition that they did with Omega for the Speedmaster. They made a back in 2020 or ish. They made a version of the outgoing, the one that just got discontinued, first Omega in space. And if you compare the two, the first Omega in space was 100 times better in looks, in cohesiveness, and how it just came together. And in the same way, it's tough. It's tough to take something that's a design that's made by a group of individuals, and then you yourself say, I could do better. And that's very subjective.
But to be honest, I think when you and let me share my screen now to show you if I can. Chaka screen. What we are looking at is let me share the entire screen. That's the easiest.
So
share. Let me go here. This one. So here we see. Oh man, what happened? There we go. Okay, and now I have 2 times the green, the green. Let me check. I didn't want that one. I wanted this one. Here. So we have here the green 15, and on the right side the C16.
Can we zoom in a little bit?
Yes, we can do that.
Just all I want to see is the watch. There we go. Perfect. All right. So now the handset stayed the same. Let's start with that. Handset did not change. Case did not change. Bracelet did not change.
Correct. So what you get is for the Oracle Time Dive Watch of 2024. It got an award for this watch, basically. So we have the same, as you said, the same case. We do have the same chronometer, the same words on it. The only thing that we have is that the bezel has minute indices. In addition to the indices that are on the dial already. So that makes it a bit more busy, right?
But here's the thing. If you look at this, and this is something I hate about tool dive watches, you have to have the first 15 minutes as graduated.
Yes.
Yeah, because this to me is ridiculous. I have this on my Black Bay 54, which I'll give it a pass because it's historic.
Yeah.
But on my Pelagos, of course, I have the gradiated, whatever it is, first 15 minutes. And the thing is, you time way more stuff for the first 15 minutes than you do any other time frame. So it is absolutely essential. So for instance, I'm sitting there and I'm making pasta, and the pasta thinks is 8 minutes. And I'm like, ooh, I guess that looks like 8 minutes. Like it could be 9, it could be 7. I have no idea. And this is why I love having the first 15 as
I agree with you, and so does Adrian Barker. And that's why this watch is even called the Green 15, because he has also made the first 15 minutes in green lume. Because
so
he
it's
said
fully graduated.
He said the same thing, that he wants to have the first 15 minutes are the most important 15 minutes if you use it as as a minute counter. And that's why it is graduated fully for all 60 minutes, but the first 15 minutes have a different color of lume. It's the same as the minute hand is now in green, which the normal one is not. And of course, the other change that he made is that the lume plots except the 12, 3, 9, 3, 6, and 9 are the same, just straight indices and the triangle. The logo is the same, and then the other indices are round for this version of the watch. Yeah, which is a small.
It better round.
Yeah, me too. It's a small change, but I do think it just makes it nicer. It's a bit busier with the fully gradiated.
It reminds me of the FXD. The Pelagos FXD has this, and I think it looks good.
But yeah, I like it too, and I think it is better. I like it better than the original one.
The original,
so he did make it better.
Then he also made it, instead of a fume dial, because the other one has like a gray fume dial.
Yes, it's a bit of a gradient.
He made it a full matte black dial, which also is good.
Yes. What he also has done is, of course, on the back, I think it comes only with a solid case back with Bark and Jack on it, and of course there is a logo on the watch itself from Bark and Jack, as you can see here, just above the chronometer, but it's black on black, and you can only see this if you shine an UV light on it. Then it shines blue. Yes. And so you get a small little UV lamp in the packet.
And can you show me the front of the regular one again?
The front of the regular one? Like that?
I want to see, yeah. So they both do have the counterbalance for the second hand is the trident.
Yes.
Which I don't really like.
See, this entire branding of Christopher Ward is for me that's one of the things why I've probably still don't have one, is that first of all, the new logo is much, much better than the old one. Right, we have a Swiss flag and then an inverted Swiss flag.
Oh, so it's way better.
And the plus, so much better than the old one. Still, I don't know. The brand itself is for me a bit of a mystery. I think the quality. I had some in my hand during Dubai Watch Week and the Time Zones exhibition there in Burj Khalifa, and it was really high quality. The watches are amazing. I really think they are punching way above their price level. One of the reasons that they can do this is, I guess, the direct to consumer, right? They have this very transparent costing strategy where they say, we take the costs of the watch for us, multiply it by 3 and or add 3 times that, and then sell it.
And that's what you pay.
So, and that watch, Mike has asked Christopher Ward if that also applies to this watch, because it is a bit more expensive than the other one, right?
But it comes with an extra strap.
Yeah. So
and the UV torch.
They say it is $500 more expensive, roughly, in dollars. And yeah, it comes with a torch. It has a different dial, and it has a different case back. But what else?
That's it.
Now there's one more thing. Yeah, did we say the additional strap?
Yeah, I said an additional strap. And then they did say that making the dial is, that costs money. So there's a lot of things that do cost money. And especially if you're selling them in a limited bunch.
Correct.
It's going to be more per dial, right? For instance, the regular one, if you print out 1 million of them, they're going to be cost
cheap.
Per dial.
Of course, you have the cost of economies of scale there if you buy a few more of them.
And in this case, it's not limited edition theoretically. It's limited edition by time. So whoever wanted one can get one. Not anymore because they're done. But they had a time window for you to place an order, and whoever placed an order gets one.
Yeah,
which I think is a lovely idea.
Yeah,
lovely
you can still join the wait list. And the reason why you have this is that sometimes watches come back from the postal service. Somebody refuses or doesn't accept it, or it's sent back because people change their mind. Christopher Ward has a relative flexible return policy. Window. So you can, I think within a couple of weeks or so, you can just send it back. If it's in good condition or unworn condition, more or less, then they take it back and reimburse you.
60 days returns.
60 days, free returns worldwide, which is pretty cool. And 60 months movement guarantee, which is also pretty nice for a Sellita movement to have 5 years warranty on the movement. That is very nice.
COSC grade Sellita movement.
Yes, it's the highest level. Also, what I need to say is when you look at this movement, let me check here. When you look at the back of the watch and you look at the SW300 movement, you see not only a custom-made rotor, but you also see custom-made bridges because the official version of the SW300 doesn't use this brushing and all of this stuff. What they have done on the bridges is they've replaced the blued screws, I think, to normal ones, and it's really nice. It's matching the case, especially for this titanium watch. So I think that's good. Though you can't see it on, of course, the Adrian Barker version because it has a closed case back. So,
is that really a movement I would want to see? So I don't really care.
It's still an SW300, but it is a very nicely made one. So,
yeah. I had the SW300 in the Doxa that I had, the Toppers Edition Doxa, which was COSC certified. Same exact movement as this. It was okay.
I think it's for me, from all of the ETA movements, I mean, the three big ones, the 2824, the 2892, which is this one, the SW300, right? And the 7750. I think the 2892 is my favorite because I think it's the slimmest, it's the nicest winding feel. It is just the most reliable that I had. I had a watch that was just 15 years old, never saw a service, and still ticks in COSC certification parameters, even though it is not COSC certified. And that is really extraordinary. And it's I really like this movement. I think it's one of the most robust and best movements you can have. I mean, not as robust as a 2824 from a just physical perspective, but I think from a usable perspective, it's just nicer because it's slimmer and it's better, more better. So what do we think about this collaboration with Adrian Barker and Christopher Ward?
Did you put your name down for it?
No, I looked at it and I thought, it's, but for that price, I would probably just buy my my Pelagos 39 back.
Not for me.
No, I know. No, I'm not. I'm sure you're not selling. But my point is,
this is the thing. Is exactly. I look at this and I'm like, I'd rather have a Pelagos.
Yes, and that's for me as well. I must honestly say. And the funny thing is, we met Adrian Barker and Rit Pierce in the Tudor boutique at Dubai Watch Week and had a small chat with them. And but we didn't know at the time about this collaboration. But
no,
it's. I don't know.
This is was it £3,000? Is that right?
No, $3,000. It's a bit less in pounds.
So it's about roughly 11,000 dirhams. And if you think about that, for 11K, you can have essentially your pick of secondhand Pelagos.
Secondhand, yes. We have to do the big disclaimer that this will be then secondhand, right? Of course.
Yeah, but it's going to be secondhand, and you're going to get pretty new one as well, right? You could get a 1-year-old FXD for that much easy any day of the week.
Yeah.
At least in UAE. It might be different in other markets, but for us, around 10,000 dirhams is any used Pelagos you can get.
You can get a lot for that, yes. And while we were talking about the COSC certification, I wanted to just quickly mention, because it's important, and I think we should have this little bit of a doozy. We do have a new COSC certification that is now available at the Swiss COSC industry certification center. So they have the so-called super COSC. They have now made it the excellence chronometer certification.
Very excellent.
I'm not so sure how that looks on a dial, if you have to put on excellence chronometer. I think it sounds a bit weird. Maybe.
So, for instance, if it says
chronometer excellence, better.
I'll take chronometer on the dial. Absolutely. I'll take superlative chronometer. Sure. Master chronometer. Sure. I don't want excellence on my dial.
Yeah, the thing is, I mean, this is they released it yesterday at the 12th of February, and it is the 50th anniversary of the ISO standard 3159, which is the COSC standard from 1976, Swiss-made watches, right? So that's that. So it's this is the precision for Swiss-made watches since that time. Certified chronometer is what you get, the title, the label that you can put on your dial, and for the other one, it's called Excellence Chronometer Certified. That's what you are supposed to print on the dial. What does it do? So we know that COSC is movement only. It's being sent to COSC. It's being tested for 12 to 20 days. If it passes all the tests and the eliminatory criteria, it goes back to the manufacturer, who then puts it in a case, and blah, 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 and then ships the watches out and can put this nice label on the dial. Now, if you want the Excellence Chronometer certification, you have to send the watch fully assembled back after the COSC certification, send it back to COSC. There they will go through another 4 days of testing. The finished watch will be tested, which is great. So you have the magnetic resistance of up to 200 Gauss will be tested. It will have a more stringent standard of -2 +4 seconds a day, and has some other 8 eliminatory criteria on it. And it will also be tested for their power reserve, so that the stated power reserve is actually adhered to. And then that watch goes back to the manufacturer another time, and then from there you can then ship it to your customers and sell it.
We have to specify that you're saying this as if it's traveling a long ways, but sometimes some of these manufacturers such as Omega and Tudor, who have been doing the master chronometer, they have set up their own COSC certification booth, room, whatever, inside the factory.
Not their own. It's sealed off.
No, it's COSC's.
Yeah, it's COSC. They have paid for basically a satellite office of COSC inside the factory to save time and not ship so many watches around. However, that's only the big ones, right? For everybody else, that means the watch has to travel multiple times.
They're still shipping.
Yeah, but you are right. Also, Metas does the same thing. You have a precondition is that you have a COSC certified movement, and then you can do the Meta certification afterwards. So the same applies for Metas and for the Excellence Chronometer. Now, I want to mention one thing, that this precision of -2 +4 is the same that Tudor applies to all the in-house movements. Right?
Because Tudor movements are all chronometer certified.
Yes, chronometer certified, but not Excellence or Meta certified. Because
yes, but if you look at
only some are. So the point what I'm saying with that is you have the COSC certification, which is -4 +6. That is COSC.
Yeah.
But Tudor always says we, after casing the watch, do -2 +4, which is a very small, much higher standard. It's closer to the superlative standard of Rolex, who just says -2 +2 after casing the watch. Same applies there. So I think I think they could have done a bit more. It is nice, -2 +4, but
is not great, and especially if you compare it to Metas, which is 0 to 5.
Yeah. So it's one
extra second.
1 extra second. And of course, I think, what is it? Patek Philippe has this -3 + 1. So they strangely are more okay with a slower going watch than a faster going watch, which is for me a bit weird. But then you have, I think, -3 + 5 is the Grand Seiko standard. Yeah, I mean, look, it's not bad, for sure. It's better, and especially because it's tested in the cased-in watch. So that's good, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's just a bit excellence chronometer. You have basically shave off 2 seconds. Yes, you test in the cased movement. That is good. And yes, you check the power reserve, but the 200 Gauss, yes, of course, Metas makes the test at 15,000 Gauss.
This is a little bit crappy, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, okay, right? It's okay.
200, not 200,000.
No,
not
200,000.
200.
So
remember, the Milgauss was a watch that came out in 1953 or something that was 1,000 Gauss. And here we are, 2026. And they're saying, well, we will be doing 200 Gauss. And it's a joke.
And again, Metas does 15,000 Gauss. And I think most of the Tudor watches have at least 1,000 Gauss. That's why the Milgauss is,
no more,
because it doesn't make so much sense. 1,000 Gauss is not that much anymore today, because if you have
200 is I'm out of curiosity. Let's see. I'm going to make a Google. I'll ask ChatGPT, my good friend ChatGPT. Please tell me a household appliance. Household appliance has more than 200 Gauss.
So, but one more tip. AI manufacturers or people who do AI models say, please do not use kind language.
I did not.
Because every word is another token or another few tokens that cost processing power.
Yes, I do not use the word please.
Yeah, just
the Earth's magnetic field is 0.5 Gauss.
Yeah.
So you could not take it into an MRI. That's the first thing.
You should not do that anyways, yeah.
But a microwave oven is between 1,000 and 2,000 Gauss.
Inside or outside?
This is inside the unit, not outside.
When it runs or always?
I am assuming when it's running.
Okay.
A refrigerator is 200 to 800.
So you mean the
magnetic strip in the gasket of a refrigerator door.
Oh, right.
Speakers and subwoofers, the permanent magnet is about 1,000 Gauss.
Yeah.
Electric motors, usually in vacuum cleaners, blenders, washing machines, are around 200 Gauss. And induction cooktops exceed 200 Gauss.
Yeah.
There you go.
So that
all of these are household things that could screw your excellence chronometer up very quickly.
Yeah, but at least 200 is already, and also magnetic fields do lose a lot of potency with distance.
As far away,
right? There's this like exponential, I think. Yeah, but it's, when you see sometimes people putting their watch on the magnetic hinges of their notebooks and you think, that's not a good idea, right? Or next to your
magnetic hinge of a notebook.
So your MacBook, for example, has these magnetic. When you close it, right, it just doesn't open. This is because there are magnets in the display and on the base.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, of course.
I had no.
Also, the same with your iPad, right? That has so many magnets for the pen.
I don't have an iPad.
Yeah, your iPhone has that. You have your MagSafe on the back, right?
Yes, that's true.
Yeah,
right.
and that's
how many Gauss is a MagSafe?
Yeah, that's pretty strong.
Excellent. How many Gauss is MagSafe on iPhone? 50 Gauss.
50 Gauss. So that's actually a relatively strong magnet, right? To be honest.
However, a charger itself could reach 123 Gauss.
So you should not put your...
And around 200 Gauss at the center of the array.
So you should not put your watch on the back of your phone. Not a good idea. right? If you have a watch that can be magnetized, because not all watches can be magnetized, because the newer ones are relatively
But as you
free-flowing.
heard, apparently the back of your phone is only 50. It's the charging puck that has the higher magnetism.
Yes. So also don't put your watch there.
Unless you want to charge your Rolex for some reason.
So this is it. We have the new standard. I guess during the Watches and Wonders, we will see first watches coming out with this stuff happening.
Really?
I guess so. Either it will be...
I think it's too close.
I don't know. When you already have movements certified, I mean, some of the watch brands have lots of COSC certified movements sitting in the factory, and they can just send them the full watches. But then you need new dials because you want to print it, right? You want to print it on the dial.
Something, yeah. You want to print excellence.
Excellence, yeah. So that's that.
Isn't there a watch already called the Excellence?
I don't know.
Yeah, the Tissot.
Okay.
How are they getting around that?
Well, it's not a brand name. It's Excellence Chronometer.
Yeah, but I'm saying Tissot has a model called the Excellence. So if you're printing Excellence on the dial, Tissot already has the IP for printing Excellence on the dial.
I'm sure somebody thought about that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Or maybe not.
Nah.
So what else do we have? Something that will beat every COSC certification in the small package. New Grand Seiko Heritage models and actually very, very nice ones. We have a Skyflake and a Snowflake in 33 millimeters. Grand Seiko. The difference between this is that usually in the smaller versions of Quartz watches in the Grand Seiko line, they have used the 4J movement, which is not bad. It's also quite high accuracy and all of this stuff, but it's not as powerful and good as the 9F movement, which is the crown jewel, basically, right? We have 10 seconds per year of deviation, fully sealed movement, sealed up from the battery part, so you have 50 years of power reserve. You have the way of actually setting there. You have a trimming timer so that you can,
power reserve, 50 years of power reserve?
No, unfortunately not, because it's not solar powered.
Yes, you said right now. 50 years between services.
Between services, that's what I meant.
Yeah, so they're hermetically sealed.
Yeah.
So you can get to the battery, but not mess with the movement itself.
Yeah. And so that's what they claim. And then you have this even this adjuster in the 9F movement where you can, if the quartz crystal starts to drift over the years, which usually happens after like 10, 20 years, it just degrades a tiny bit or just beats a bit slower. And then you can adjust for this. So this is it's a movement that is made for eternity, basically, right? So even though it's a quartz movement, it is made for a very long time. And that is now available in these 33 millimeters in this beautiful date-free dials
nice.
in 33 millimeters. So if there are ladies or wives or partners of watch nerds, that could be something that you could gift your better half. I particularly like the Skyflake, the light blue, and this size. I think it's amazing. Retail price will be 4,300 euros. So
I do think they missed the mark on doing the pink dial. They already had the beautiful pink cherry blossom dial. This would have been fantastic.
Oh no, sorry, it's not. Oh no, so it's not. It's not that. It's less. It's 3,300. Sorry, euros. It's the other Skyflake, the bigger one, that costs 4,300. So that's a bit cheaper. I think.
But yes, shouldn't it be pink, right?
I like that they didn't do it pink because of the whole girls want pink. I think it's really nice that they made it white and baby blue. Yeah. So what do you think about the thickness of the case? The thickness is 9.1 millimeters. Is this for 33 millimeter? Is it too thick or is it okay?
That's an excellent question. I'm going to look up very quickly. What is the thickness of a 31 mm Oyster Perpetual? Because that will tell us. It is 10.7.
Oh, so it's actually thinner than an Oyster Perpetual.
This is thinner than the Oyster Perpetual, which is smaller by 2 millimeters in diameter as well.
Then Grand Seiko wins.
Yeah, I think it's a nice looking watch.
It's a lovely watch. And of course, for ladies, and especially for ladies who don't like to set their watches or hand it over to the husband like some other wives of people do.
Yes.
Every time they want to wear their automatic watches or mechanical watches, hand it to their partner saying, here, set it, please, pretty please. This watch, especially because it also has no date, is perfect for ladies. You can always grab it. You never have to set this watch because it is, for the service, I think if you have to change the battery every 3 to 4 years, it will have a maximum deviation of half a minute, maybe maximum, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about setting the watch one at any time between battery changes. So pretty cool, unless you travel, and then you have. I don't know if this has an independent hour hand setting. Some do. I don't know if this has. I don't think it does. Because that would be also good for traveling then, right? Because you can just set this without actually stopping the movement. But
who knows? Anywho.
So that's that. That's also a very nice watch. Then another one. The Swatch Group is a bit under fire from some of the investors. They are trying to force another person or want to add a new businessman, a Swiss businessman, Andreas Rickenbacher, to its board. And some of the investors are saying that's not enough. While it's a step in the right direction, we need more people in the board. The problem is the board is being governed by the Hayek family, who only have, I think, a 25% stake in Swatch. But there's 2 tiers of shares, and they have all the voting right shares. So the majority of them. So their shares are more powerful than the public ones. So they basically have a complete say of what's going on in the Swatch Group. And so some of the minority investors or smaller investors are saying, we want something to happen then, because in the last 20 years, Swatch Group's stock price has moved by nearly 40%, while Richemont's stock price has gone up by nearly 1,000% in the last 20 years. So a lot of investors are saying, guys, don't you want to do something about this, right? Swatch did do a lot of actually protecting the employees, which I think is a very, very honorable thing to do, and not looking at the stock market only. So they, during the COVID and all they've continued producing at the same level in order to maintain the people and not have to fire anybody. This has two smart choices. One is it's not easy to hire this talent back once you fire them, if you then need them. And the second thing is it just allows you to just get back in when the business comes back roaring with all of the production facilities still you're able to produce at this high level, right? But on the other hand, you sacrifice a bit of profit. So the Hayek family has very often said, we wish we would be able to take the company private, because we really don't like our investors if they are not having the same long-term perspective than we have. That sounds to me like AP or Patek Philippe. Problem, Swatch is a public company. So they have shareholders and they will complain.
But if you look at how many brands they have, I think that there's a lot of stuff that they offer. And even as a self-proclaimed diehard watch nerd, I couldn't tell you a single model from Certina or from Union Glacute or from Balmain.
Jacques Dro.
Even Jacques Dro. I have seen a few of the big hour, whatever the hell they're called. But
let me enlighten you a bit.
Harry Winston as well.
Harry Winston is a jeweler, right? I mean, and
I know, that's what I'm saying.
And they do a lot
watch-wise.
Well, the Opus line and all of the stuff they did for, I don't know if they still do this, but anyhow.
Yeah, exactly. We don't know, because that was what's his face. That was Max Busser before MDNF.
And some others, yeah. Anyhow, so I think Jacques Dro now has flipped to only making custom on-demand watches. They do not have anything for sale. You can't just buy them. Everything you see is still old production that is being sold off, but there is no standard off-the-shelf watch you can buy from Jacques Hedreau anymore. They do only on-demand piece uniques, basically. That's the change.
Okay.
That's the change in philosophy just recently. Balmain, of course, that's, I don't know, some rubbish fashion brand, I think. If I might say so. Flick Flack, of course, for
we
kids.
don't know that either, but right, because Balmain here has been, you talked about this
Yes.
already, Balmain and Pierre Cardin have their own issues.
Yeah, but this is the real one. Then Union Glashütte, I'm not the biggest fan. Glashütte Original, I'm a big fan. Certina, Harry Winston, Hamilton, Mido, Breguet, Rado, Blancpain, Swatch, Tissot, Longines, Omega. I think there's so many, in German we say Baustelle, so many construction sites where they really have to do something. The brands are in dire need to take off. Breguet can, Blancpain could, right? They have all the ingredients to be fantastic, sought-after brands. Glashütte Original anyway, I mean, I think, again, they're really close to being very, very exciting brands. If they had better marketing, I think, if they had better storytelling, if there would be something happening there. But I have the feeling every time I look at the Glashütte Original website, I feel, yeah, it's nice, but I wish they would do a bit more, right? I mean, it is all lovely, but yeah, that's just a lot of white space that I find.
Yeah.
I find, I think it's just a bit
very German,
very restrained. However, their watches are fantastic, right? So you cannot complain about.
Yeah,
this.
I have no issues with Glashütte, and I think they probably would be better suited to be independent. They make everything themselves anyway. Almost 99% of the components that they use, they make themselves.
Yeah.
There's really no point. They're not gaining anything except maybe distribution by being with Swatch. Probably actually being held back.
Maybe that's the case. I don't know. I mean,
and I think the same thing with Blancpain and with Breguet.
Yeah, but
they're probably held back.
But what's the point then, right? I mean, of having a watch group when you have brands that you can't.
The issue is
nurture.
Swatch is a notoriously, how do I say it? They're very, very. It's not that they're conservative, but they're risk averse. Very, very risk averse, and everything they do, they always seem to play like the safe card. And then they end up with something that you're just like, come on, like you could do better. They try not to chase these trends, but at the same time end up chasing trends, right? So for instance, with their new, let's talk Omega because it's a huge, it's their biggest by brand. Far the largest brand. But look at what they did. They had a fantastic line with the Railmaster. They came out with, when they did the trilogy, when they came out with the vintage Railmaster, and then they did a few more versions. And then they just stopped making Railmasters. And then now they came out with a new Railmaster, which is just an Aquaterra with a different dial. It doesn't make sense. They constantly try to change their identity. So then they have no...
The collection identity, I think.
Yeah, the collection identity. And, look at the Railmasters from the first one to now, and there's barely anything that's the same. Look at the same with the Planet Ocean. I happen to like the new Planet Ocean better than the old ones, but still, they lost a whole heap of identity right now when they changed to the new design language.
Yeah.
And they keep doing this with the Seamaster, regular Seamaster, constantly changing design language. And they're not doing it in a way that's going to upset, I guess not upset, but like,
I think the news,
people like the new ones, but then there's no consistency over time.
Yeah. Do you think we see next year? I think it's 10 years for the Seamaster. Do we see a new one? Probably, right? A relaunch?
I think they should relaunch with the new, I was going to call it the Deep Sea, whatever the hell it's called.
Planet
Ocean design language. That should be coming soon. And I believe that they need to make it smaller, thinner.
Yeah.
And
definitely thinner.
Cheaper.
That's not going to happen.
Cheaper than the current, not the current prices, but cheaper than what I know that they're going to do.
Yeah.
Because they went up such a big jump with the Planet Ocean. I know they're going to do the same thing with the Seamaster 300.
I must say the Planet Ocean is, as I said, I really second what you said there. I like it more than the old version, even though the old version was already quite nice looking, but it was never the biggest seller from Omega. But I think the new one is definitely nicer. I really enjoyed trying it on a few times, and I hope that the new Seamaster 300 diver will be, as you said, smaller, maybe flatter, just thinner. It needs to be thinner. Just better. Yeah, let's see. I think the potential is there for most of their brands. I mean, look, we have seen Longines doing a fantastic job, even though they have, in the last 5 years, lost a lot of market share, even though from a perspective of a watch enthusiast, I think they have done a tremendous job. Tissot has done a tremendous job with the PRX and some the Gentleman and other watches that are really, really good. Blancpain has brought out some well-known or really well-received limited editions, but they need to update their core collection with smaller sizes. They just need, I mean, you have to, right? You have to have the 41, 40 millimeters sizes. You cannot go around with 44 millimeters anymore. You have to. Rado is a bit of a lost cause, I think. They have good models, very nice ceramic cases and bracelets, but it's very niche, right? I think you need to be a Rado lover to even care.
And these 70s, like what I was saying in India, and you see these Indian guys wearing these gold dia stars.
Yes, Rado very big on the subcontinent.
Yeah.
It's really good. Yeah, really popular.
But once again, not for everyone.
No. But I really liked a few that I saw recently, the small new Rados. They are actually quite good. And I thought, poof, who would have thought that Rado can make these kind of...
The Captain Cook is a good-looking watch.
Yeah. I mean... it's really nice. So, of course,
right off the bat, you open up the thing. It's like an Indian Bollywood movie.
Yes, it is, because
so that is their
biggest market, I guess.
Yeah. So they know this, but the thing at the same time, they could do other stuff as well.
Yeah, but if you have these true squares, which I think are really cool watches with their full ceramic stuff. Baguette diamonds on it, 30,000 dirhams. Not too bad for what you get, right?
It's ugly as hell.
Well, you have to like it, of course. It's an open-hearted watch, right? An open dial, at least partially open dial. Full ceramic. You need to like this. Then you have the classic
Dia
Rados.
stars are so ugly.
Yeah, well,
it's so 70s. It's like
it is. So is basically the Royal Oak as well. It's a 70s design.
No, this is stuck in the 70s. Yeah. This is what is the Hamilton Pulsar?
Yes,
whatever it's called. Yeah, this is the same level as that.
Yeah, the dia stars are a bit acquired taste. Captain Cooks are nice. Anyway, there's lots of things that you can do with these brands if you wanted to, right? But the thing is, I feel they're somehow stuck with not actually revamping it or reinterpreting their old watches and just making it a bit, more current.
Yeah.
Even though actually I do feel
everyone's
it's not
asleep
bad.
at the wheel at most of these brands.
Yeah, it's strange. It's strange. It's sad to see because I really am a big fan, especially of Glashütte Original, for example, and also Breguet, I think, and Blancpain. I still have my Blancpain, and I love it. I just wore it the last 2 days because I think it's such a fantastic watch. And something needs to happen there.
Yeah.
What else do we have? I think that's the topics, right, that we had for today. Is there anything new?
Not much. I placed a bid on a watch. We'll see if I win it on Sunday.
Okay.
Every Sunday we have this Timepiece 360, the TP auctions, and I look through them, and then I'm not in a position, I think, right now to be spending a big chunk of money. So if something shows up at a impulsy price, I'm okay with it. So I was looking through, And one of the watches that I recently saw released was, I think a couple months ago, was the Nevada Grenshin Antarctic GMT Hodinkee edition. And it was like $2,000. It was ridiculously expensive for what I thought it was. And it's a great looking watch. So once again, if we go back and talk about these limited editions, if you look at the Antarctic GMT, it is a Soprod movement, same as the Eta Salida GMT movements. But essentially, it's not a $2,000 watch, in my opinion. And it's kind of an ugly looking watch. If you look at the regular version of it, it's got the yellow. It's an internal rotating GMT, so it's a compressor case, and it's got yellow and black is the colorway. And I'm just like, but then Hodinkee made a monochrome version of it in white and black. And you're like, okay, this is cool. I like it. It's white and black. But then if you dig deeper, all the white, including the dial printing, is all loomed. So you have half of the GMT bezel is loomed, along with all of the writing on the dial. So I was like, it's very cool. They did a very good job. It's a gray dial, Hodinkee gray, and a Hodinkee gray strap. So I thought that this was a very nice Hodinkee style. You know me, I love my Hodinkee. And all for half of what the initial bid was half of retail price. So for half of retail price, I think it's an interesting proposition. So I put in a bid.
Crossing fingers that you get it.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But at the end of the day, this is something that Hodinkee said, because Hodinkee, for a while now, has been pumping out a lot of crap, right? A lot of weird stuff and weird collabs. And they said this was their exact words were like a dawn of a new era of Hodinkee collaborations. And the fact that it's gray, Hodinkee gray, everything is grayed out. I think it's cool. And I like Nevada Grenshin. I like the F77. I like the regular Antarctic. I like a lot of their watches. And this is another thing. When we look at Christopher Ward, this is the same price point. But for some reason, I feel that the Nevada Grenshin watches are a little bit more considered because they're generally reissues of older watches, these kind of vintage style, smaller sizes. If you look at Adrian, what his watch is 41 millimeters, 22 millimeter lugs. It's a big boy.
It's a big boy. But I think Nevada Grenshin, from what I've handled, I think probably Christopher Ward might have a bit better quality. Just by a smidgen.
I've never handled one. I've never touched one in real life. So we'll see. But for 4,000 dirhams, I'm not going to be too upset.
Yeah, that's true.
And at the end of the day, it's 36 millimeters, a 42 millimeter lug to lug. And that exactly is roughly my Explorer.
Nice.
Which I really like the size of.
I just realized one thing that we forgot to mention. I mean, besides your auction, and I think hopefully you can do a small review next
we'll see if it comes my way. You'll see it before I do.
Yeah, if I pick it up for you. However, there's one more thing that I need to say, which could be a very, very big thing. Oshin O'Malley has yesterday issued a video that the Pepsi, he got it on 3 different sources, that the Pepsi, the Rolex, GMT Master 2, with the blue and red
is being
bezel,
discontinued.
Is in fact being discontinued this year. Now, is that true? We don't know, but he said he heard it from his AD. Another guy heard it from his AD in the UK, and Bucherer doesn't have it on its website anymore, while it has every other GMT Master 2 on their website. Now,
we know
that could be an indication that they might bring back, that's my theory.
The Coke.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, the Coke is a much easier color to produce. Rolex has been complaining about the color of the Pepsi for how long?
Are they
difficult to make?
I don't know. This is always they just mentioned that it's hard to make, but do they have issues? Are their watches actually breaking the bezels or something? Do they have?
It's not breaking. It's just hard to make that color because we know certain colors are much more difficult. So if you make half of it black, like in the Pepsi, or sorry, in the Coke. Black, you can paint over anything, right? This is why the Batman was the first color, because they made the whole bezel blue.
Mm-hmm. And then
they painted over half of it as black.
Yeah.
And you cannot do that with blue and red.
Yeah. Weird. I feel, but my point is, it could be. It could really be. If they do, we will know by April, because Rolex will not preemptively remove something from the website until it's really, really discontinued.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting.
Last year we were looking at this, right? For when the Celebration dial was out. And the first thing I looked at was the Celebration dial.
Yeah.
And it was still there even after Watches and Wonders for a little bit. So they're not even removing it exactly at the time. Yeah, so this Bucher thing could be an absolute, random thing.
Could be. Or maybe it is a real indication. We don't know, as always. It's a rumor. But I must say the indications are a bit stronger this time. But it could still be nothing burger. Who knows?
18 through 20 April 2026.
Yeah, but if they bring, and this is the cool thing about these watches, if they discontinue the Pepsi and they don't replace it, usually. And I think Oshin made this in this video, this case. They have removed, for example, the old Air King and then brought out the new Air King. So the old Air King is not going up in price because there's the new one, which is better, right? Sometimes you have the old one is more exciting and people are very, just lust more for this specific old model than the new one. But if you have it replaced, the excitement for the old model is not as big as a properly discontinued model, right?
Yeah.
So like the COSC now. I mean, you can get COSC as well for a reasonable price. They're not too expensive, but people like them and there is a bit of a premium on them, right? For these kind of vintage
the same thing happened for the 39 millimeter Explorers, right?
Yeah.
And that was funny because those were discontinued, came out with a 36. Everyone who liked the 39 went nuts. But then yours came out, the 40.
Yes.
Which is actually a 39,
correct.
Right?
It's not bigger.
And then now the old 39, the prices have tanked because nobody cares anymore because there's a better one, right?
Correct.
So this is exactly what's happening in this case too. So we'll see what happens if truly, maybe it's just another variation of the Pepsi. Maybe they haven't redesigned the case of the GMTs in a very, very long time.
Yeah.
That's number one.
This is what also I must credit Oshin. He said maybe they're also making this the GMT Master case 41, like with the Submariner.
So remember, they used to share a case, and now they don't, which is super weird as well. So why wouldn't they share a case? Who knows? That sounds like a question for April.
Who knows? And if you have any inside information, if you work for Rolex,
please contact us at Lume Plotters on Instagram. and put in the title, I work for Rolex, and I will tell you everything you need to know.
My name and my employee number are, yes. No, it would
and
be
get
good.
Us a factory tour while you're at it.
Yes. We come. We will pitch up in Geneva, no problem.
Immediately. We'll be there literally in a few days. I'm sure if somebody came out and said, would you like a Rolex tour? Both of us would drop whatever we have and we'd be right there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
Yeah. In this case, then we would say thank you for listening.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen. Wir hören uns nächste Woche wieder. So we will hear each other next week. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.